So, what is God? No one can explain that. Okay, I'll tell you about my experiences, or in other words, 6 miracles which happened in my trip to Istanbul. Me, my wife, 10-year-old kid. We went to Istanbul. Okay, 6 miracles happened in the entire travel or the journey, which made me believe in certain things. Okay, maybe God, universe, impulses, whatever you can name it, but I couldn't kind of name it. Maybe you can help. Okay, I'll talk about the 6 miracles first, then I'll just tell about the explanation which I had, or the conclusions which I had. So we started our journey from Coimbatore. It's a connecting flight, Coimbatore to Mumbai, then Mumbai to Istanbul. So we started from Coimbatore and reached Mumbai at around 10 o'clock at night. Yeah, the connecting flight to Istanbul was supposed to be at 6 a.m. We reached by 10 p.m. and it was about to be at 6 a.m. So we went from Terminal 1 to Terminal 2, I think so, in Mumbai. But unfortunately, as you all know, there are a lot of hoax threats in the flights. The flight which was coming from Istanbul to Mumbai, which was supposed to take us to Istanbul in the morning, had a very serious bomb threat. Or the threat was like there are 3 terrorists with a bomb inside the plane and all those things. So the flight was subjected. It reached Mumbai, but it was subjected to various protocols of scanning and all those things. It was so we were informed that the flight is being delayed, and instead of morning 6:30, it got delayed to 12 p.m. So we had no choice. Since I had my wife and my kid, I was planning. It was like around 12:30ish in the night or early morning. So I planned to stay outside in a hotel and then come back next day morning by around 10 o'clock to the airport. So it starts with miracle number 1. So we came out of the lift in Mumbai airport. As you would have seen, it's like lift P1, P2, P3 or something like that. As we came out of we didn't know anything about Mumbai airport. As we came out of the lift, there was a pakka gentleman. He was dressed very good, very nice, poshly dressed, and he was speaking good English, looking very good. And I was about to go to prepaid taxi, but since it was a crowded place and we felt kind of safe, and he said, "Why do you want to go?" And I said, we want to go to Ginger Hotel, which was near, which I googled. So I told that I wanted to go to Ginger Hotel. "Oh, Ginger Hotel, we know that. Yeah, you are from Tamil Nadu. Yeah, come. And he was very, 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 very looking very decent. All I wanted was, because Ginger Hotel was just some 0.5 or 1 kilometer from the airport. All I wanted was to take them safely to the hotel and make them sleep. So I made a mistake. I followed him. He said that, "Wait here, sir. I will just bring the car." Okay. So we were waiting there when the miracle number 1 happened. A person, which might be a security guard, and was running, and he came and told us that, "Please don't go with that man. That man has a lot of bad reputations and you are not safe. Please don't go with him." And we were like, okay. Then something told me that it was not good to go with him. But this security guard was telling this thing, and he was about to turn. That person who was supposedly went to take the car, he saw this security guard and started running away. You feel the connect? So we understood that there is something wrong, and then we went to prepaid cab. Okay, now what's the miracle here? Someone came and helped us. Okay, maybe a coincidence. I'm not saying God sent this person to save us or something like that, but maybe a coincidence, maybe a miracle. But trust me, my 5th and 6th miracle will be little bit very, 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 very suspicious, that you might think that there might be a God or special person or something sending messages to me or to everyone supposedly. So okay, this was the first miracle which I didn't appreciate that time. So I went to the prepaid taxi and got a prepaid taxi, and we went outside in search of a hotel, or we went to Ginger, and on the way we had lot of hotels. So the first very good posh kind of safe looking hotel we stopped there, and then I went inside with my family and asked, is there any vacant room? And he said all rooms are full. Oh god, I was thinking I sent the taxi driver off. Okay, then when I came outside. Okay, the taxi driver was still standing there even after 10 minutes. Okay, that's not a big miracle, but maybe a coincidence. Okay, and I got into the car. We got into the car. Initially, the taxi driver was very arrogant. He was not talking English. He said, no, I know English. No English. I don't know English," kind of thing. He was talking in Hindi. I didn't understand him. He didn't supposedly understand me. So, okay, we got into the car and then went to another hotel. It was like 1:30 in the night, okay, in Mumbai, V3, with a kid, searching for a place to stay. Okay, went to the next hotel, full. Next hotel, full. And by the third hotel or fourth hotel, the driver got like sympathy for us. Okay, he told, "I'm sorry, sir. I know English. Don't worry. I'll take your family to a safe place. Then only I will go home. Don't worry. Whatever it takes." Okay, coincidence, miracle, whatever it is. Okay, then comes a real miracle. Trust me, we went around 2.5 hours to 3 hours. It was around 3 o'clock, 3:30. Right from 12:30 to 3:30, we were searching for hotels. Imagine my condition with my wife and my 10-year-old sleepy guy. Okay, so now the miracle happened. Okay, maybe coincidence. My wife was scrolling in the phone, searching for hotels. Just she unlocked, and all of a sudden there was a pop-up message. "You in Mumbai? Looking for a room? There's contact Mumbai International." Yeah, that's the name of the hotel. Mumbai International. Contact, and there was a number. She called the number, and they said that yes, there is a vacant room. Please come soon. And we rushed to that hotel, and we got the room and sent the. I thanked the taxi driver, and he went off, and we went to the room and slept. Okay, the thing popping up in the phone, is it a coincidence or a miracle? Whatever we can think of. Okay, then we slept off happily. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, I got a phone call from my friend who was in airport. Okay, Mumbai airport. He was also supposed to come to Istanbul, but he being single, he planned to stay back in the hotel, the airport itself. So he called me and told that, okay, see, this bomb threat becomes serious, that the 12 o'clock flight is going to be delayed to 1:45, and they are saying that it might also get cancelled. Okay, so they are planning to send us, if we are okay with that, in a Turkish Airlines which starts by 7:30. This was 5:30, his phone call came. 7:30 in the morning, in another flight which is Turkish Airlines. So with the same fare. I was thinking, all of a sudden, it's not a voice or something like that. Something told me. Maybe I told myself, my consciousness told myself, I don't know that. And it was like, something told me, don't go. Go in the Indigo Airlines which you have booked, whatever happens. I asked the person, like, what will happen to our luggages? Okay, we had a lot of costly and very important things in our luggages. And he said, they will track that down and give it to us. Okay, so I told him, no, we will go in the same flight which we have booked, whatever happens. And he was like, okay, so we waited. And trust me, this is not a miracle, maybe coincidence. After I inquired that the people who went in the Turkish Airlines lost their luggages. I hope they got it by now, but there was a lot of commotion and problem in the luggage in that place. Okay, that might be a coincidence too. Wait for the 5th and 6th, or 6th and 7th, last two. Okay, now 12:30, 1:45. Luckily, we got into the plane and we went to the Istanbul. As you know, Istanbul is in Middle East. It's a war-prone area now. Okay, even Turkey is not involved, was not involved that time, but anytime Turkey can be involved. It was in that kind of pressure situation, and there were a lot of terror threats from PKK group or Kurdish groups and all those things. It was not a pleasant idea to go at that time, even though I love Turkey. We reached Turkey, and uh, I was always hoping that nothing should happen during our 5 days in Turkey. Please. Okay. So really, for our total 4 days, we stayed there for 4 days, and nothing happened in all those 4 days. It was very peaceful. We enjoyed Turkey. Actually, nothing happened, and there was no news of any terror attack or something like that. Yes, I was checking every half an hour, 1 hour. Okay, any bombing, any threats? I was really very concerned because I was with my wife and son. If I was alone, I would never cared about anything. So everything was fine. Okay. October 23rd, Wednesday. Mark the date. You can Google the date about the incidents in Turkey. October 23rd, Wednesday, 7:30, our return flight from Istanbul. So what happened? We checked out from our hotel, Central Residency, Central Palace, at around 3:30-ish p.m. their time, Istanbul time. So I came to the cab, kept all the luggages, got into the cab, and as usual, on the way to airport, as usual, I was just searching for any terror activities in Turkey to be safe, concerned. So, just 2 minutes earlier, always think about that. I was on the way, about to leave Istanbul. 2 minutes back, there was a very large terror attack in the heart of Turkey. Couple of gunmen were shooting down all the people, and there was a large bomb blast. You can search in your Google. Wednesday, October 23rd. Okay, just as we were leaving, there was nothing. It was so peaceful for the 4 days when we were there, and when we were leaving, there was a bomb blast and terror. Coincidence? Miracle? Whatever. Okay, the last miracle was the best. We came to the airport, got into the flight, and I was very thankful that I am going to leave and I'm coming to India. So the flight was in the runway, ready for takeoff. You know about the takeoff, right? There will be a very big thrust, and then there will be lift and takeoff. So it started taking off, in the sense it was running in the full speed in the runway, and we could feel the front wheel lifting. Okay, all of a sudden the pilot abandoned the takeoff and brought the plane down, and then turned the plane at the end of the runway and took the plane to a dark place, and we were sitting there. Can you imagine our mindset of the passengers when this happens at the time of a terror attack in the Istanbul? Especially me, I was completely nervous. I thought that there is a terror attack or a threat in our flight. Okay, hijacking kind of thing. Okay, the plane taking off and coming down and abandoning a takeoff and taking the plane to a dark place. Oh God! But I didn't show anything because I was putting a brave face, because I was with my son and my wife. Right? I have to be the strongest person here, and my wife was very strong, as strong as me. All other people in the plane were like very nervous and shouting and praying and all those things. Maybe those people might have thought, who is this Indian? He's so brave. How is he sitting like this? But inside I was completely wrecked down, and I was thinking what to do. Can I reach India? Is it a bomb threat? And all those things. But I was like, my face was like brave. So thing is, the pilot announced after 5 minutes that there is a small technical difficulty which will be rectified soon, and then we can take off. Trust me, for next half an hour there was no announcement from the pilot. Half an hour all the passengers were like completely scared, everyone shouting, and all the air hostess were in a this thing, emergency mode. They will go and stand like this in the emergency exits so that no passenger will run and jump off. That's a protocol for air hostess, it seems. So what happened is, after half an hour, the pilot taxied the flight to a garage kind of thing. All of a sudden there were 3 fire engines, okay, coming towards the plane. I thought, okay, this is a bomb thing, something has gone wrong and all those things. But finally, you know what, the people came into the cockpit and checked all those things, and then it's something. It took around 2 hours, okay. It was not a bomb threat, it was a real genuine problem in the flight which they rectified, some mechanical problem. And then after 2 hours, the pilot told, yes, we have rectified the problem and now we can take off in the same flight, man. Okay, anyways, I was happy to come towards India. Okay, now what's the big miracle in this? Okay, maybe coincidence or miracle. Imagine, and we inquired, that was a major technical issue. Okay, like this was an experienced pilot who found out the technical glitch right at the takeoff and abandoned the takeoff and corrected that and then took the plane. Imagine an experienced pilot like that was put in this particular flight where Dr. Ram, his wife, his child were sitting, and that experienced pilot was taking off, and he saw the technical glitch in the indicator screen instead of seeing the windshield at the right second at the right time, and he had the mentality to stop the takeoff, abandon the takeoff, and he could completely abandon the takeoff at the edge of the runway and before takeoff, and they could rectify that. Imagine if he was not there and some inexperienced pilot or some pilot who didn't see that thing, he was noticing something else, what would have happened? Takeoff, maybe an air crash, God forbid, no, maybe something, an emergency landing or some problem, but it was rectified at the last minute. Is it a miracle or a coincidence? All these things, all these commotions made me think that it's not God. My belief is there are 2 timelines, universe timeline and a small our timeline, which we think is our life. It's not. It's predetermined by the universe timeline, which is infinite. And we are very, very, very microscopic. Our lives are very microscopic in that, and it's predetermined. And the universe throws you breadcrumbs or some signals that this is not your time, this is your time. So if you take up those signals properly, say for example, that person in the Mumbai airport, that person who was bringing the taxi, right? He might be an abductor, he might be a terrorist, he might have killed us, whatever it is. But what I said, the universe timeline didn't want that. It put a breadcrumb through that God who came, security guard, who came and told me that it's not safe to go with him. Please don't go. So I took that breadcrumb and just respected the universal timeline. So I'm still living. Maybe something bad might have happened. So imagine if I didn't take that breadcrumb. I want to go to hotel soon. Come by, let's go. And he might have been an abductor, he might have killed us, whatever. Anything might have happened. So this is just my imagination, don't worry. Don't go deep into it. What I'm saying is the universe, I'm not saying God, universe has its own timeline that's supposed to happen, and it sends signals. It's very, 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 very important that we have to be very, very observant of these small signals. Okay, we can't take it for granted. These are very, very subtle signals which will change our trajectory towards the universal timeline. I think I'm complicating things. All I'm saying is I believe that all these signals are coming from something, and I am and we are meant to see another day and be happy like this and complete our Istanbul travel. Thanks to all these signals and thanks to whatever thing that is sending these signals. Okay. My last message is be very observant of this universe. Everything is a signal. Just don't walk. Observe and walk. Life is beautiful.